doing work, he claims. But we won't get on too much. Tony P, you got a shout out. Start it off, man.
All right. Well, y'all know how I do most of the time for my shout outs, and this time it's no different. All right. Monday, free agency kicked off for the NFL.
Beer? What?
And needless to say, there have been some major moves already made within 2 days. Of course, Dre, this one's for you because you are a Miami Dolphins fan.
I don't even like it.
You're actually gonna like this one.
I'm probably not.
Okay. You guys just gave Ndamukong Suh the biggest contract ever for a defensive tackle.
I'm not stupid. And we gave
5 years, 116 mil, 60 mil guaranteed.
And we gave up Audric, so we traded the same player for the same player.
But check this though.
Huh.
With y'all giving him this much money, 60 mil guaranteed, he's the first player ever in NFL history to have two contracts that are 100 where he gets 100 mil guaranteed. Because his rookie contract was for 40 mil guaranteed. And then this contract is 60 mil guaranteed.
Leave it to the Dolphins to fuck it up.
That's your team though.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Let's see. Darrelle Revis signed back with the Jets. Yes. Because, yes, the Patriots declined to pick up his option.
I believe that.
So he went ahead and signed with the Jets for
I heard he was
5 years.
I heard he could have been coming to the Dolphins too. Shit.
5 years, 70 mil, 39 guaranteed. You know, I mean, hey, when you're easily one of the top two corners in the game, I mean, hey,
are you? But is he though?
Yeah, he kind of is. Like, I'll put it like this: if Richard Sherman is the best cornerback to shut down one whole side of the field,
I agree.
Darrelle Revis is the best cornerback on any man. On whatever man he's designated to be on for that whole game, he's the best cornerback in that regard.
I know he got a Super Bowl ring, but I don't think
the Super Bowl ring kind of validates it to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? He got it with
the Patriots though, so that never mind.
Anyway,
I won't even get into it. I won't even get into it. I won't even get into it.
All right, good. Thank you for not going there with me.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Oh, big. And this is also big for you because of the fact that you are a University of Miami fan. 2 of your very own Hurricanes signed with the Colts. Frank Gore and Andre Johnson.
Yeah, that's pretty big. That's pretty.
Yeah.
That actually makes Indianapolis an automatic Super Bowl contender.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, I'll play this. Now the only unfortunate thing is they decide not to re-sign Reggie Wayne.
I don't think that matters.
well, the fact that
it would have been the University of Miami all over again. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you know, but at the same time, given that you let go of Wayne, you guys definitely were in need of a receiver to where they can still go ahead and get it done. So the fact that Andre Johnson signed today, y'all should still be pretty straight. They're definitely Super Bowl contenders.
Yeah,
because of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What else? Oh, I ain't even say this. This probably is going to be the biggest free agency move this whole free agency. And this happened literally minutes before free agency actually kicked off Monday. The Saints traded Jimmy Graham to the Seattle Seahawks.
They needed him.
But think about it though. Who did the Saints have other than Jimmy Graham, basically?
They still got Stalwart. They still got like 4 or 5 receivers, yeah.
Okay, but think about it though. Jimmy Graham, even though he technically is a receiver, he's actually a tight end. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that's gonna hurt them at all.
Yeah, but think about this though. What was the only thing that Seattle was missing? They were just missing
a big name receiver.
Exactly.
Any big name receiver.
Exactly. And guess what they just got? A big name receiver.
They need another big name receiver. Jimmy Graham is not going to be the end all be all. Trust me.
Hey, he ain't. Hey, with that system, he ain't got to be the end all be all.
We'll see.
Because think about it, you still got Russell Wilson, who's still at least one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league. You still got beast mode.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I Russell has somebody to throw it to.
Exactly. So now at this point, it's not you're not just so reliable on Russell Wilson or beast mode to kill you. Now you got a third option, and that and given that this is just the beginning of free agency, you don't even know if there's still going to be some other moves that they make.
It better be, because Jimmy Graham is not the be all end all.
I mean, I'm not saying he's the end all be all, but I'm just saying though, like, however good Seattle was without that presence of a big name receiver,
yeah,
they definitely got better.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
But I will say this much though: there are 2 teams that are going to suck ass right about now before the season even starts.
Who's that?
We're gonna start with the 49ers first and foremost.
Fuck you. Sorry.
I
gotta clean it with. I detected Saul in that statement. I really did. I mean, it's not my fault. I ain't got shit to do with that. I mean, I ain't tell y'all to fire Jim Harbaugh. I ain't tell y'all to debate getting rid of Colin Kaepernick. You know what I'm saying? It is unfortunate though that Jim Harbaugh got fired. It's unfortunate that they're possibly talking about.
He's in college now.
He doing with college?
Yeah, he signed with University of Michigan.
Michigan, yeah.
Yeah. It's not my fault y'all fired Jim
There were
Harbaugh.
jobs available for him. He just didn't want them, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not my fault that y'all are debating on what y'all gonna do with Kaepernick. Unfortunately, Patrick Willis retired.
That sucks.
Yeah, he has. He himself was like, "I'm done. I can't do it."
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying?
But Kaepernick, get rid of him.
But yeah,
Kaepernick is like, he's decent, but he's not.
No, I say get rid of him and get the trade value and get the money for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, but then you got to
rebuilding anyway.
But I was about to say, but then at that point you're really rebuilding. You know what I'm saying?
No, they're really rebuilding right now.
I know
they're rebuilding, and they had something kind of, sorta, but now they're going back to the drawing board.
Yeah, yeah. You guys are literally at the drawing board.
I mean, just go back.
Patrick Willis retired.
New coach.
Yeah, new coach
with
Patrick Willis retiring.
New coach with Kaepernick.
Justin Smith is thinking about retiring.
Too young, as well as like it's weird the amount of the relationship they already built with
exactly
with Jim Harbaugh. I mean,
that's gonna go bad.
Yeah.
I can see that going.
Yeah, it's just I'll say y'all are gonna have you guys are definitely not gonna look like the 49ers did the past 2 years.
And who's the other team, Tony?
What's up?
Who's the other team?
The Eagles.
Why you say that?
Because do you know the dumbass decisions they made thus far? Okay.
I don't think it's dumb.
Oh, all right. Okay.
One of them.
All right. Well, we obviously know which one's the dumb one.
No,
trading LaShawn McCoy.
I don't think that was dumb.
Explain to me why you don't think that was dumb.
You see what they got for him? They got like 4 picks and like a couple $1 million.
Yeah.
I don't think that was dumb at all.
But they got a defensive play. Okay, this one
they got a defensive player, a couple first round picks.
No, watch what I'm getting at though. Watch what I'm getting at though. You know that LaShawn McCoy is produces. Now I can see if he didn't produce. Then I'd understand you moving.
How many more years do you think he has in his prime?
He's getting old. Dude, that's the thing.
He's young.
He's probably got 3 more years.
He's like 26, 27.
Exactly. That's
for
starting getting old in football. Yeah.
So I say McCoy for the next 3 years is probably going to be the top 2 running backs in the league for the next 3 years. Top 2. Right? Would you say that?
And you traded him? Why?
Because if you try to trade him after that 3rd year, you're not going to get as much from him as you are right now.
Mm-hmm.
And with the Eagles are right now,
especially if his performance
they're looking towards the future.
Yeah, well, their future doesn't look that good. I mean, they didn't make the playoffs.
So you could be the best running back on a losing team, or get traded, get the value and the money for him, and then rebuild another team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and guess what? What if that team? Guess what? What if whoever you decide to draft as running back doesn't pan out because of the fact that you traded a sure thing?
They're not going to get a LaShawn McCoy.
That's my point.
But they're rebuilding the team around. The Eagles build a team around a offensive line, They've always have, even since the days when they had Andy, whatever his name was.
Well, apparently not when Michael Vick was the quarterback, because they damn sure let him get hit like he was a rag doll.
I know, exactly. So they're going back to basics. They're building their team around that offensive line and that defensive line. That's what the Eagles have been famous for years. And if that means giving away Shady McCoy, then so be it.
All right, well, watch this. Okay,
I mean,
it's all right. Watch this. It's already bad enough.
If the Detroit Lions would have traded Barry Sanders back in his like 5th year, Detroit probably would have been a team that would have been better quicker than they were.
All right. Well, watch this. Okay, it's already bad enough that 2 years ago they cut Deshaun Jackson for no reason. Still don't understand that shit.
Because he was a problem. He's a problem inside and outside the locker room.
So they say. They're
the people on the team. he was a problem. He was a problem off the field. He came to practice when the fuck he wanted to. He did what the fuck he wanted to because he thought a superstar. He was big headed.
Okay.
And then he wasn't producing on the field on top of that.
I don't believe that one. I don't believe that one.
So his touchdown reception was down like 7 touchdowns from the year before.
But yeah, he still had over 1,000 yards. So apparently he still produced.
So you want to get 1,000 yards or 7 less touchdowns than last year?
Yeah, yards mean nothing if you're not producing any.
Keyshawn Johnson.
I'm looking at
Keyshawn Johnson. Keyshawn Johnson will catch every ball in the world, but he will not get in the end zone.
The end zone? No, you couldn't get
Keyshawn Johnson was scared of the end zone.
I'm looking at it like this. Okay, granted, he might not have had as many touchdowns as he did the year before, but at the same time, he still produced.
What matters if your team gets on the field and you're in red zone, right? You have this guy who's making you get to red zone the entire time, but the rest of your team can't produce, or he can't himself get into the freaking end zone.
Deshaun Jackson is useless in red zone. In red zone.
Yeah, but at the same time though, he's not a red zone receiver. He's a deep threat. That's what I'm getting at. You cut your deep threat. You know what I'm saying? At that point, you literally predicated everything on Shady and Jeremy Maclin.
It's easier to get a fast guy than it is to get a dependable receiver. Mm-hmm. There's a bunch of fast guys coming out of the NFL every day.
Well, anyway, they look like they're not going to be anywhere near what they used to be 2 years ago because of because of the moves that they made.
They got to start with the quarterback and then the offensive line. They go from there. But I don't think it was a stupid decision.
Like I said, me personally,
like if I was a fan thinking that we're going to do something this year, I'd be pissed.
Oh well, that's the mindset I'm looking at it from.
From a front office standpoint, I think it was the best chess-like move you could have made.
Well, I guarantee you this much: there's a lot of people in Philly that are probably looking at some of the moves that he made right now, like, what the?
You don't make the playoffs in 2 years. Something's got to change.
Well, I don't think they're making. Well, I know they're not making the playoffs this year. So
who's to say they would have made it with them this year? They didn't last year or the year before.
Well, that's because Dallas actually got their shit together, which I can't even believe I actually saw that personally, because Dallas never has their shit together.
What I'm saying, when that happens, you got to do something different. I agree with the decision the front office made. As a fan, though, I'd be pissed. I'd admit.
That's my point. That's why I say I'm looking at it from the fan standpoint, because trust me, I don't have the mindset of running the front office to where and even if I did, I'd still be like, okay, maybe me getting rid of trading Shady is not the best thing.
That's probably what they said last year, and they was like, nah, let's keep him. And then this year was like, well, that shit didn't pan out.
Sure, he balled. What do you mean?
It didn't pan out for the team. They still missed the playoffs, and that's what matters.
But once again, that's because Dallas that's because Dallas got their shit together.
When it comes to that, you can't blame it on the opposite team. You can't control what the other team does. You can't control what's in your own in-house.
Exactly.
I mean, if you're not still producing, you should have been better than the other team. That's the entire thing. You should have been better.
But it's not like he didn't produce though. That's what I'm getting at. Like he still ran for over 1,000 yards.
Like I said, he's the best chess piece they had, right? And they're trying to build other sections that they didn't make the playoffs for like the second year in a row. I believe it is.
They made the playoffs the year before. That's what I'm saying. They made it. It's not like I can see if they missed consecutive playoffs. Then this would be a valid discussion.
But if you miss the playoffs and you have things that are lacking in other areas, offense, defense, special teams, whatever the case is, and you need to get value. Mm-hmm. in positioning, whether it be draft picks, whether it be these people these dudes they plan out all year. You know what I'm saying? Or what picks they want, what do they want to get, how much money they need to do, whatever, make what moves. Your best chess piece is always going to be in play. And at the time, Shady McCoy is the best player on their team. So they got the best deal they possibly could for the best player on the team. If that makes sense.
What can you do with one good player?
Yeah.
As a team, what can you do with one good player?
Exactly. Barry Sanders.
If the rest of your team is not performing, what can you do with one good player? Why not get rid of the one good player and have a chance to
the best running back ever
rebuild?
on the worst team ever.
Yeah.
Well, I'll respectfully say I agree to disagree on that particular issue. Okay, watch this. This is all right. I'm gonna flip this shit around. Okay, tell me why the hell Brandon Marshall got traded to the damn Jets, but still Jay Cutler still with the Chicago Bears. Tell me about that shit. What? Hey, and we know for a fact Jay Cutler didn't produce shit, but still he's there.
But Jay Cutler is their quarterback, their best quarterback they have right now.
Yeah, but he sucks.
Once again,
you build a team around a quarterback, not a wide receiver.
Yeah, once again.
And on top of that, they have two other wide receivers that are that don't produce as much as Brandon Marshall. But at the same time, you got Jeffries, who is like, all right, Brandon Marshall is like 6'7", 6'6". You got Jeffries that's like 6'8", 6'6". Then you got that the tight end that's like 6. You got these huge receivers. If you let go of Brandon Marshall, it's gonna hurt, but it's not gonna hurt that much.
And if he's that good of a receiver, that goes back to
more money,
the whole thing. We get more money for getting rid of him and rebuilding a team. Let's get rid of our one good player so we have a chance to get multiple good players and get money back multiple average players
to upgrade their positions.
Yeah, and then bring in more money into our own like salary cap and everything like that.
Well, for the sake of the Chicago Bears, I'm hoping that they're investing on getting another quarterback because if they keep Jay Cutler, they're fucked. You feel me? So seriously,
they must see something we don't see. I guess.
Oh well, apparently they weren't looking at how Chicago did last season. Then
they did well. I mean, they just
they sucked. Trust me, they did
I
well.
Watched the Chicago Bears. They did well. They just folded at the end of the year.
They sucked.
They folded
at the end of the year.
They folded mid-season, I believe. Yeah. But like for the first 7 games, they was balling, and then they folded the rest of the season.
Yeah, and the quarterback was basically the focal point of that. That's my point.
But when the quarterback's fucking up, it's a question of, is he getting enough time off the block? Are the receivers catching passes? Is his reads going good? Is it really the quarterback? It's a lot of things that go. It's a lot of things.
Yeah, in this case, it was the quarterback.
It's a lot of things that go. If he's getting rushed, if he's throwing the ball early and is not going through his progressions, it's because he's not getting time. If he's not getting time, it's because somebody's not getting off a block. So is it the quarterback not making the throw versus him and his line communicating? There's a lot more things than just the quarterback. Is what I'm saying.
Well,
as somebody who is a football player and did play line.
Well, I'm just throwing out what my eye test said. My eye test said he sucked ass last year.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
There's no denying it from statistics.
That's my point.
But I mean, as far as touchdowns go, they scored 1 billion points.
Apparently not.
No, they did. They just couldn't hold anybody off.
Apparently they didn't score.
If you can score a whole bunch of points in the game, all the other team has to do is score more than you.
St. Louis Rams. St. Louis Rams used to score. The greatest show on turf would score an average of 34 points per game, and the team that they would play against, any team, would score an average of 25 points per game.
All it takes just a little bit more.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you had the greatest offense and the worst defense. You know what I'm saying? Like
it takes.
It's a lot more than what you're saying. Is all I'm saying.
There were just a myriad of questionable free agency moves that have happened thus far. You know what I'm saying?
People get old.
And granted,
that's
granted half of them I don't understand. The only one that, and even then, as crazy as it sounds, even the Seattle trade didn't make sense to me because why would New Orleans give up their best weapon? You know what I'm saying? I mean, granted, that shit is going to work out perfect for Seattle, but with New Orleans at that point, you're like, damn. You know what I'm saying?
Depends on what you need as a team.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many pieces of the puzzle. I mean, you got how does the team feel about it? It's not outside of fans.
Now I can see if New Orleans would have traded Drew Brees,
that would
then we'd be like, what the fuck,
guys?
You know what I'm saying? That's a what the fuck move. Trading a receiver, like now you got to say, okay, is it the receiver that was so good, or was it Breeze getting him the ball?
Yeah, I mean, but I'm saying what I'm getting at is there's so many ways you can look at it because at the end of the day, and this is a whole different aspect of it, but I'm just throwing it out there. In the Chicago Bulls heyday, you never trade Scottie Pippen. Think about that. Just saying. Yeah. I was when Jordan and Scottie Pippen got together.
But they started winning though. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying though. Once they started winning,
there was no way in hell. They're talking about teams that are not winning. They're not winning. They're not going to the championships. They're not going to the Super Bowl.
You don't trade Gronkowski from the Patriots.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
This is what. But you just made my point for me.
But because they're the Patriots though.
Yeah. Are you winning games?
The teams you're talking about are not the Bulls. They're not the Patriots.
No.
They're the fucking Chicago Bears and Philadelphia Eagles.
Why would you? We're not winning. Okay. We're not winning with this group of people. Why are we going to keep this same group of people together? I mean, maybe they don't have a connection. Maybe they're not
guarantee you,
enough.
in their heyday, if the Bulls didn't win a championship one of those 3 years and then didn't make the playoffs that next year, I guarantee you somebody getting traded. It wouldn't have been Jordan. It would have been Pippen. It would have been B.J. Armstrong. Luke Longley. It would have been somebody getting traded. It would have been Horace Grant getting traded, which did happen.
It'd have been some. People would have got traded, but it damn sure wouldn't have been Jordan or Pippen.
You never see.
That's all I'm saying. It wouldn't have been. But you don't see those two would have been right there.
You don't see teams that make the playoff championship game and the championship game get traded. You see teams that make the first round playoffs, either game. Something's wrong with the team. If you don't make the playoffs at all, you need to make big changes. And
I mean, even if you have like quote unquote star players on your team, it makes no sense if you have these star players on your team that are not. They might be producing when it comes to like their yardages, or they might be producing with certain scores and stuff like that. But if they're not working together with the team, if they're not, there's no communication.
And then on top of that, if maybe they're doing everything they can at their position, but you know what? If I could trade my best running back for a 2-star offensive lineman, that's a no-brainer. I'd rather have a guard and a tackle that can block and make my average running back look like a superior running back than a running back who's in money. It is what it is. And and I got the fact that I didn't make the playoffs last year, or I didn't win the Super Bowl last year, as motivation to be like, well, let his ass go.
As well as, I mean, get two like linemen or whatnot, offensive linemen. I mean, you not only are getting two good offensive linemen.
Offensive linemen last forever.
That are God.
You say like they don't die.
I mean, like the years of a running back you got from 22 to like 30, they're good. Like Willie Roaf, like one of the best offensive linemen ever. Or some of these Hall of Famers, they play 20 years with a unit. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
I put it like, if you get two offensive linemen for a really, really good running back, you have two guys that not only are protecting the average running back, but they're also protecting the quarterback. They are running. They're running more than just doing one thing. Like, here's the ball, or here's maybe a block or something like that. They are centered in their position. They're good at their position. They're good at what they do.
And in my personal opinion, and this has nothing to do with the actual free agency, I think comparing football to basketball is pretty silly anyway, because football is much more team-based game. And I'm not saying that basketball isn't, but holy shit!
I was saying it in the sense of.
I get you. I was saying it
in the sense of the people,
star player.
Right. That's what I was saying in the sense of. You know what I'm saying?
And it'll differ from like a fan standpoint, like you were saying. Yeah. I mean, fans will be like, "Why the fuck are you getting?" That makes me want to come watch the game. For them, it's like, we want to start winning games. So people, when it's so
everybody's mad at you until you start winning.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's going to be a weird turnaround. We get rid of somebody who's a star player of the team. We bring in these little quote unquote nothing players. They start producing. They start winning games. They get us to the Super Bowl. They get us to the championships and stuff like that. We're bringing more people in. They're like, "Oh shit, our team's starting to win again." Right. They got rid of that player that was really good. Yeah, he might have like a legacy on the team, like he did A, B, and C right or whatnot, but
Not saying that that's going to happen, but it's a risk you got to take.
Yeah, I mean, it's not guaranteed, but it's a better chance than I have this player that is essentially.
Romo should have got traded.
God,
hold on, what?
Years ago.
Romo should have got traded years ago. Yeah.
Years ago.
But see, you just made my point for me. I'm just saying.
That's from a fan perspective.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like you're once again, you made my point for me.
That's from a fan perspective though.
From a front office, it's a good thing they didn't trade him with the year they had last year.
Yeah, they didn't trade him.
Well, yeah,
also, what is he working with?
But that's because his ass was smart enough to give it to DeMarco Murray last year. I guarantee you, if everything was predicated around Romo having to be the hero, I guarantee you Dallas doesn't make the playoffs.
But Romo was the hero.
Yeah.
Well, that's because he kept handing the ball to DeMarco Murray.
Which is a strategy that is useful for a quarterback. He's got to know when I can't sit in the pocket and throw the ball down the field because this team is going to fucking just mush my ball every time. Or I'm going to get smashed if I hold on to the ball too long.
Exactly my point.
I mean, no. As a fan, you're like, why shouldn't we get rid of, or why shouldn't we have gotten rid of Romo? Because Romo, he sees the field. He knows the field. He knows what's going on. That's a better.
You build a team around a quarterback and not a running back.
A running back. I can get a guy who can run the ball. I can get a guy you can just hand the ball to him and he can hit the line, or he's elusive and he can get through people.
There's no running back. There's no running back receiver in history. That's, I say, with the slight exception of Sweetness. There's no running back in history that's ever led a team or been built around a team that's been successful, with the exception of Sweetness, and that was just one championship.
Yep.
There's no running back in history. Even Emmitt Smith, that was a Troy Aikman's team. If you want to go Devis, that was Elway's team. If you want to go whatever dynasty you want to go around, whatever dominant running back you want to put in that place, the team was built around the quarterback. There's, like I say, besides Sweetness, that would be on the Chicago, the '85 Bears. Was probably the only team that was built around a running back that was successful. I
would say like with running backs, in a way, it's kind of like they're dime a dozen. They don't just because they don't have a long.
Some of them are special, but I mean, like,
they don't have a long career expectancy because they take the amount of punishment that they do. All it takes is one good solid shot to them, and they're done. That's it. Game over.
Deion Sanders, they built a team around Deion Sanders.
How many quarterbacks have been like injured during games and they're still freaking playing because they have a good offensive line, if they have good blockers, if they can get the ball out to a receiver or give it to their decent running back, they have to know
Roger Craig.
Parts. There you go.
Bringing it back on to the wheel real quick. Roger Craig. I mean, Iron Head Will. Anyways, so Will, you got your shout out? You want me to go?
I got a quick shout out because it's nothing really big. Just first of all, anybody who's interested in playing
Mortal Kombat!
Mortal Kombat!
I was going to say Bloodborne, but okay.
Yeah.
Anybody's interested in playing Bloodborne and stuff like that, it's going to be coming out in 2 weeks. Final Fantasy Type 0 is going to be coming out next week. You also get a demo with Final Fantasy 15 with that one. Give a quick shout out to my boys my boy and girl at the Half-Ass Heroes. We did a show with them a couple days ago.
Yeah,
for us,
superhero team up.
Unfortunately, I wasn't there.
It was the superhero team up.
I wish I could have been there for that. I heard it was dope.
You got to listen to the show.
We enjoyed ourselves a lot, and I think on this one I can speak on behalf of all of us who were there. We enjoyed ourselves a lot.
Yeah.
And we're actually really looking forward to doing another team up show with these guys.
There was a lot of crap talking going on with Smash Brothers.
Well, y'all
so what happened? What happened with?
I'm not getting on that one. I'm leaving.
So I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Miss Miko.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say her name correctly. Miko.
There you go.
Yeah,
she did put foot off in said ass.
Who's I'm going to assume she put foot off in your said ass.
I was one of many.
Yeah. She's really good.
Who's
her?
She does have flaws. I think she was taking a little bit easy on me at one point.
I feel I have the same feeling.
She does have flaws though.
Me and her played the one-on-one match and I won, and I'm just like, I don't feel really happy about this one. Like I don't feel like she was like beating my ass like she really.
But I've just actually put. That was my first night putting effort into the game.
Right.
You're gonna see some changes in my game coming up real soon. So I'm coming for you, half-ass heroes. I'm gonna come out to y'all with a full ass.
Who was her character?
I'm a full ass hero.
Link.
Link?
Yeah. She's really good with Link. Alan says she's really good with what's his name? Dude with the sword. One of the other dudes with the sword.
I say, damn, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of freaking sword guys.
From
Fire Emblem.
Yeah, she played with
the
them
blue hair Marth.
Yeah,
she's really good with Marth. Even though she doesn't think she is. So apparently, she's like really good. Well,
I've got a character that I've been working on, and it's coming together quite nicely because I finally figured out combos in the game.
Oh yeah, it's different from like other fighting games. It's really
I just found out there are hard knockdowns in the game, and there's follow-ups from hard knockdowns.
Yeah.
Didn't know there were hard knockdowns in the game. Figured that out online, and so I've gone in with that because I had no combos, nothing. Yeah. I had no combos. Even with Sonic. But yeah. Now that I know combos, it's a new day.
Yeah. But we'll get a few matches in.
Yeah.
After
Definitely.
The show. Yeah. Definitely want to do another show with those guys, and hopefully we can do one of those again soon sometime.
After we do the Smash, we gotta do MK.
Yeah, okay.
That's already.
I think that embedded in our
Smash
brains.
is gonna be Smash
Brutality.
first, and then like wreck us, or wreck you guys. I'm gonna do pretty okay. And then we'll get on some MK, and we'll get on that. That'll be interesting.
I'll buy a discount card if they win.
Okay. That's it for me. Anyways, and my last shout out is next week. Flash is starting back up again.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it's gonna be delicious.
We know you're happy about that.
Oh
one.
yeah, they're gonna start getting into the whole the rogues. They're gonna start getting Mark Hamill, the voice of the Joker, and the original Trickster from the 1990s Flash series, is coming back as an older version of the Trickster, kind of like introducing a new Trickster into the series. They're gonna have time travel soon.
That's definitely coming. That's what I was teased before.
They're teasing it even more. Like in these next like 5 episodes, is going to be time travel. And
we
also,
got somebody's sister,
Lisa Snart, which is Captain Cold's.
Isn't that
Leonard
Snart? Isn't that Leonard Snart? Are they related?
Leonard
Are they related some kind of way?
They are related.
Wow. Does she have like a cool like code name or something?
In the comic, she is known as the Golden Glider.
The Golden Glider. Have to look her up.
In the comic, she was like a professional like ice skater.
Yeah,
which was like what?
We'll have to look her up to see what she does. I don't know.
And also the big thing is Harrison Wells reveal. Reveals to everybody that he's actually one, in my belief, one of the
reverse flashes. Yeah,
I'm actually. God, I'm so psyched. I want to see how
what happens.
With that. I wonder if they're going to do a Flashpoint series, because it seems like they're doing like it's going really fast.
It's going really fast. It's going really fast.
It's the Flash. So.
It's yeah, but I mean like they're like not holding anything. Like usually some of these things, like most series take like the entire time of the series. At least season 2 until they get to some of the stuff. I think
they're trying to catch up a little bit with Arrow, and they're also trying to speed up a little bit because they're starting. There's talks of another show coming out with Firestorm, I believe Adam, and Katie Lotz, which was Sarah on Arrow, the first Canary. Yeah. She's coming back. As a they're gonna have their own little like team up for a while. So I think they're gonna try to start setting up a
TV universe.
Not necessarily. Well, they're already setting that up. I think they're starting to set up. They're wanting to set up kind of like a Justice League-esque group with these characters. I mean, you already got Batman. Sorry, Arrow.
Yeah, Arrow. That wasn't a mistake.
For those who haven't seen the last episode of
He's got
Arrow before this previous break, which that's also coming back in like a week or two. Arrow is essentially Batman now.
Yep.
He took on Ra's al Ghul, and
Rage was like, "Hey, you want to be me?"
Yeah, that essentially that I wasn't going to spoil it, but hey, that's basically what it is.
I didn't say what.
Well, that's basically what he said. That's basically what he said. Was like, "Hey, you wanna
be me?
Be me?"
But that could have just meant, you want to try on my clothes.
Yeah, right.
Green doesn't suit you. Actually, Rage does wear a lot of green.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't it weird?
Never thought about that.
Yeah, they he's Batman. He's essentially Batman.
I wonder how Tali feels about that.
I don't know if she exists in this world.
Hmm.
I don't know if she exists because Nissa is actually one of his other daughters.
Really?
Nissa is not Talia.
Hmm.
Little comic nerd lingo for you.
How many times? Okay, I gotta go catch the wiki now.
Yeah,
I gotta go catch the wiki now.
Nissa
he has no sons. Except for Damien.
I think he had he probably has like multiple legitimate or illegitimate like children and stuff like that.
Yeah, but no sons.
I don't believe he has any sons that.
Because they would have been heirs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep squirting out girls.
Maybe so far it seems like he chooses his heirs based on if he deems them worthy. I mean, because
getting stabbed and falling off a cliff
is pretty
damn worthy.
Like you survive. Batman. Well, same thing basically happened to Batman. I mean, that's why he's like, hey, you should become the demon's head. You are worthy.
But Batman, he's more like Batman is more like a mental thing, I think. Yeah. Like he's more like impressed with his.
He's impressed with his fortitude. He's impressed with his with the amount of insanity that Batman deals with.
Yeah.
And how he's able to still maintain somewhat of a whatever. And how he's able to manipulate things. Beings. It's weird because Ra's is Ra's al Ghul is a I call him Ra's because of the fucking animated TV show.
Yeah.
Ra's al Ghul is.
They still call him Ra's as like short.
Yeah. Ra's al Ghul is a well-intentioned extremist.
Yeah.
Everything he does, he believes he's doing for the right reason. Which
is cool.
Yeah. I mean, he's not.
Which is cool in the sense that they give you that from my point of view, evil is good.
Yeah.
Type
well,
thing.
It's not even from my point of view, evil
good.
is good. It's like I'm trying to do all this stuff because the way that the world is going is incorrect,
and of course you're not going to run against it because you're a part of the system. So
exactly,
the old system has to change.
Yeah. It's like, but multiple people will die. He's like, sometimes death has to happen to make new things come about.
But then they become the dictator and all that stuff like that.
But Batman, the thing about Batman is very, with his insanity and stuff like that, he's shown that he's able to bring that fear out in people. He's shown to be able to. I mean, there are freaking gods and intergalactic beings that are like 1,000 times stronger than Batman that are scared. It's like, yeah, we're gonna check out this place. Superman's coming. Fuck Superman! I'll punch him right in his mouth. Batman's also coming. Fuck, we gotta wrap this shit up, guys. Let's go. Batman's coming. What? Batman's coming? Yeah, he is on his way in the Batjet right now.
Like he's 2 minutes away.
Yeah, he is literally he's flying.
We don't know what the fuck he might do.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the best, and Batman's not afraid of him. Batman he knows his limits and stuff like that. He'll plan, or he knows that he can't take some. I think that one of the best showing of this is in the animated series, World's Finest, the Batman Superman match team up that they had the first animated series. When Batman's like interrogating the dude, trying to find the Jade, the Jade Dragon, and freaking Superman's like, "Hey, that's fucking enough," and he just spins around, grabs Superman, and judo throws him through a table, and even Superman's like, what the fuck just happened? I can grab trains and stop them with my bare hands. And this dude just grabbed me and threw me in a wall, and then went back to doing what he was. Oh, he's just gonna continue talking to dude. I'm not even here. Fuck this bitch, and shoulder tackled him. And it's like, I thought you were fucking crazy, stupid, not crazy. And then their the relationship
He's like, I thought
evolved.
You were stupid, not crazy.
Yeah. Their relationship evolved in some because he realized that. In a way, they're two sides of the same coin.
Yes, they are.
Batman isn't.
They're two. They're actually four sides of the same coin, because Batman is really Superman acting like Batman.
Yeah.
And Superman is really Batman acting like Superman.
Yeah.
Like they're real. And that is some real comic book nerd shit if you got that.
Yeah.
Just now.
it's just literally in
which
the
is
way
why
that
which is why Batman always which is why Superman always snaps in all the best comic books.
Yeah. Batman knows he has a limit, and he tries his best not to get to that limit because he knows that he's gonna reach that. Superman sometimes forgets the fact that he does have a limit, and he'll go the extra mile, and then he'll break because of it.
And then Batman is like people are the most frightened of him, but he won't kill you.
Yeah.
Superman, you're less frightened of because you think he won't kill you, but he has the hardest time to not kill you.
Yeah, he's
he will borderline beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
So,
if he knows that last hit is going to cause you to die, he will literally
you should actually be less afraid of Batman than Superman. But
Batman will push the limits to make it seem like he's going to kill you.
I know, but nobody knows that.
Yeah,
and nobody knows that. You know what I mean? Like, but like, Batman always has control.
Yeah,
and Superman has control through years of patience. But I mean, he can mistakenly just.
Oh God! I snapped your fucking body. Oh Jesus!
Oh shit!
Damn! Hey! Be like, damn it! Be like, damn it! I can do anything with a force. I can't put you back together.
Don't worry, I'm putting them back together. The leg bone connecting to the hip bone.
The hip bone connecting.
Why are you coming together?
Bone.
Why are you breaking apart like chicken?
Be like, damn it! This was not supposed to happen.
Oh, the universe that they're building with the television universe. I mean, Batman and Superman are really difficult to do on TV when they're actually focusing on Batman and Superman, the characters, not Bruce Wayne and not Clark Kent.
Yeah,
they're really difficult to do. So they're toying with Arrow. Arrow is Batman in the sense where he's like angsty and stuff like that. Then he pushes himself beyond his limits and so on and so forth. But he's still too emotional and too broken in certain areas where he's not like Batman.
Arrow is closest. He's Dick Grayson with the touch of. He's Dick Grayson with the touch of.
I can't even say Dick.
Lex.
Yeah, I can't even say.
He's Dick Grayson with a touch of Lex.
I can say, kind of, sort of, yeah. I can say a little bit. I can say.
I'm sorry. As far as his happiness.
Yeah, because, with Dick can be jokey. Dick has to be jokey.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be like Batman, fucking like brooding and a fucking thing. But he does. He can't get in those moments. But all in all, he's a pretty jokey guy. Ollie and Oliver West. Why did I say that? Oliver Queen.
Really?
And I mixed up my favorite Flash.
That's the fan fiction right there.
Oliver Queen in the comics. Arrow in the comics. He's jokey too. He does have his serious moments, but he plays on the jokes. He tries to kind of, in a way, he's kind of like Spider-Man. I got a joke, or else I might shit myself, kind of like thing. Like he does that. This one is like really like he's overly focused. He's really.
I say in the comics he's a touch of Lex because he could actually go bad at any time.
Yeah,
in the comics, they always teeter-totter that.
Yeah, he's confused as to how he should handle things, and they're really showing it off in these past few seasons. Like how he's not sure how he should go about doing A, B, and C, and I kind of like that, but at the same time, I miss my jokey Ollie. I love my jokey Ollie.
It'll come back. He'll bust a Tony Starks.
And Flash is starting to get angsty too. Well, I think that's just his drama and TV show. Yeah, I mean, and he's one of the few heroes that have a tether to like his loved ones and stuff like that. I mean, he has a tragic like story, but he gets everything in the end. He gets both heroes actually, which is kind of weird. Both Ollie and Barry get the girl.
Yeah.
They both get the girl.
Yeah, eventually.
So
hopefully it doesn't happen for a long time.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of long suffering that goes on.
Yeah, the weird relationship that
Ollie gets a lot more girls than Barry does. Though.
Yeah,
there's a lot of girls in between.
Ollie goes through a lot of girls and stuff, but but Barry's heart has always been with Iris and Arrow. Even though he was the Playboy billionaire, but it was always freaking Dinah Laurel Lance who was his thing.
But like, unlike Batman, who Batman was Batman pretending to be Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Ollie is pretty much Ollie.
Yeah.
And he's Ollie when he's Ollie, and he's Arrow when he's Arrow. Yeah. He's not pretending to be one or the other. He's actually is.
Same thing with Flash.
Yeah.
They are themselves. They know I am Barry Allen. I'm also the Flash, and I'm the Flash when I have to be, and I'm Barry Allen outside.
Unlike Batman, who is Batman all the time.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne is actually the what you call it?
The mask.
The mask. Much like Superman. Superman is Superman.
Yeah.
Unlike Batman,
he's Kal-El.
Superman was born Superman.
Yeah, he was Kal-El. He was Kal-El. For Batman, as soon as his parents died, he became Batman.
Yeah.
He was no longer the same Bruce Wayne.
No.
From that day on, he was Batman. From that point on, he has to put on the show to like make sure that he runs the company a certain way, and so people don't know like this motherfucker might be Batman. You see how he just like ducked out of the room like that? This motherfucker might be Batman. I'm pretty sure this Batman.
That's how like Laura Lance like fucking decked that guy. Like,
oh god, whoa. I love it. He's like, I know that you've been the canary taking a place for your sister. I'm like, oh yeah, that's not what she was gonna tell you. But it's interesting to see how they're doing the characters. I'm wanting to see more. I'm wondering what directions they're going to go with everything changing with like now for DC it's the Convergence and how that's going to play into the New 52, how that's going to play in with the other universes that are like floating around and stuff like that, and Earth 2, freaking New Earth and everything like that.
Movie universe,
so on and so forth. And for Marvel it's the Secret Wars that's coming up here soon, where they're going to be rebooting and changing everything, which it's going to be interesting in comic book land for a lot of fans.
Where it is, new Green Arrow might be Captain Kirk.
Yep. Green Lantern. Yeah. They're talking about him being the new. That's going to be interesting. That's just talking right now.
So my shout outs. It's a long shout out. We probably have posted stuff by itself.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tony.
Mm-hmm. And me,
Tony wants to talk and shit, and then we go on.
For we got on sports discussion, and I jumped in, which was weird.
Sports talk. That's what we're gonna just name it.
We might have to do that.
Nah, nobody want to watch that shit.
It's like, where's the fighting games, guys?
Exactly.
Like,
we need to make it. You need to make your own page for that shit, Tony. Anyways,
works for me.
So my shout outs, one of them was to the Green Arrow movie that's coming out. Not Green Arrow, Green Lantern reboot / might be in the super long title for Batman vs Superman, which I don't even know what the title is at this point. Batman vs Superman versus Wonder Woman versus
Aquaman,
Cyborg versus Aquaman versus
like
Wolverine.
Everybody. Wolverine just makes him. What's up, pup? He's just out. The rest of the movie's gone.
I'm alive. Definitely want to give a shout out to something I don't even know if you know about this yet. So the Evil Dead's coming back.
Yep.
But not as a movie, as a TV show. Yeah. And
I think it has a good format for that, and they're bringing back Bruce Campbell. Oh, they're bringing back.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing. Bruce Campbell is going to be Bruce Campbell. He's going to be redoing
Ash, man. He's fucking Ash.
And he's going to have like sidekicks and shit.
Oh yeah, Ashley Williams is the shit. I
love
I
mean, if you ever watched Burn Notice, or Xena.
Sam Axe is the most cool fucking cat in that entire show.
Yeah.
Michael Weston was cool, but Sam Axe was a shit.
If you're way old, you remember this show called Xena Warrior Princess.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. He was the king of thieves.
Yes, he was.
He was amazing. Like I didn't know who he was because I never used to watch Evil Dead. So I got a little bit older, but Xena, I knew Xena, and I was like, would always love it when I forget his name, the king of thieves though, but he would be on there. So like that's pretty impressive.
Which is funny that you're talking about Xena because Lucy Lawless is actually going to be joining him in the TV show.
Are you serious?
I am fucking dead serious.
Ooh, she was on.
I was telling him, she
was on Agents of Shield. So she got killed. Like I was happy about that.
She's going to be joining him in the Evil Dead. Which is going to be Ash versus the Evil Dead.
But the only thing I didn't find out when I was reading is what format is coming out on. Is it like going to be on TV? Is it going to be like a Netflix?
It's going to be on Stars.
Oh, it's going to be a star.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is going to get bloody. Yeah. Buckets and buckets of blood.
Mm-hmm. It's gotta be. I mean, you can't have Evil Dead without like a serious amount of like blood and gore and stuff.
I'm officially more excited than I was when oh God have mercy. Anyways, so yeah, that's actually my only two shoutouts as of right now. We got a new logo. We're gonna be pimping. It's not completely done. I kind of changed the background, did some stuff with it. But I'll be watching out. New tournament coming out the 29th, last Sunday of the month. Mm-hmm. And we're still working on our big tournament. More details about that as soon as we get them. For me, Red K, Tony P, and the long-winded Tony P. Tony P, then long-winded Tony P. Yeah. And then Lone Wolf, and the long-winded Lone Wolf.
I get on he gets on his sports, I get on my comics. What can I say?
And for Legacy that's not here.
Where's what we needed, damn it?
Really.
This is Wollie Mopped. episode number 31. We out. Be good. If you can't be good, man, don't get caught.
Pretty much.